Hello guys, welcome back to the Twilight Dimension. I'm Maria.
And I'm Athena.
And today we're going to be talking about our experiences with the Ouija board. Well, your experiences, because I don't have any.
Okay, well I'm going to have a lot of stories to tell you guys. Maria actually begged me to tell her the stories before, but I said no, I want her genuine reactions on the show. She hasn't heard any of my Ouija board stories, surprisingly. And like we said before, we've known each other for 5 years, and I still haven't shared these stories with you.
Yeah, I've never mentioned it.
Yeah. I want to say the Ouija board's kind of something that I wanted to keep in my past because of how traumatizing some of them were. Mm-hmm. But I'm actually really excited to share them with everybody.
So the reason I don't have a lot of experiences was because my family always told me, don't play with it. Mm-hmm. Don't play with the Ouija board. It's not a game. Why would you want to talk to the dead? You're not supposed to talk to the dead. Yeah. Right? So I always thought it was kind of more of a game rather than actually speaking to the dead. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, like until I heard your story, that's when I kind of went, maybe there is something more to it.
Yeah.
But
what story did I actually tell you?
You didn't actually tell me the story, but you told me like when you first started to do it.
Yeah, because I remember I told you that I played the Ouija board before. Yeah. That's what you mean, right? Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't remember telling her any of my stories yet.
You didn't tell me anything, but you're like, this is the reason to... Like, this is why I feel this, and this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. I told you about the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Honestly, people always do think what you're thinking. But what a boring game that would be if you're using your imaginations to talk to a board and nothing's happening. That's, like, the worst thing ever.
I know.
So, I don't know. I will tell you, anyone that has played the Ouija board will say that it's not a game. It's people have... Anyone who plays will tell you this. We have our Instagram channel at the Twilight Dimension. And on our Instagram channel, we actually had a few people commenting on some of our posts about the Ouija board saying, yeah, it's definitely not a game. Like, don't mess with this and that. It's just... Messing with the Ouija board invites things that you don't want. Yeah. And that's where I'm going to that's my little segue to go into my stories here, because ever since I started messing with the Ouija board, that's when everything started going sideways. The first time that kind of sealed the deal with this Ouija board, knowing that, hey, it's real, is I knew that I can't play by myself. There was a specific little chant that you had to say to play the Ouija board from what they told me. I don't know if that's actually true, but we always had to say, I'm not going to say the whole chant because I'm scared that it's going to bring things, but we would say something like, hail to the power of the north, hail to the power of the south, hail to the power of the east, and so on and so on. Please help us summon blah, 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 okay? I'm not going to say it because I really believe that it's a chant. It's, I don't know. Maybe you have to say it with belief and with, like, heart for it to work, but I just don't want to risk it. I don't want anything coming here right now. Nobody has time for that. I have my children here. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you don't have time for this either. Anyways, you would say these chants, but you would need 4 people from what my sister was telling me. I found out later that that's not true. You can do it with 2 people, you can do it with 3 people, you can even do it by yourself. Now, the chanting thing, I don't know if you still have to do the chant, but this is what I knew then. So I got a couple of my friends. I'm like, okay, you know what, I need a 3rd person. We got a 3rd person. We all sat around this board, and we did the chanting. We did the chanting, and when you're just playing this board, you can say, help us summon the spirit of the moon or the sun or whatever. I don't know what that meant, but for me, I actually think that when you do that, anyone can come through. Yeah. Because you're not, who's the moon? Who's the sun? You know what I mean? Now that I'm thinking back about this, I'm like, why are we summoning the spirit of the moon? Like, who is that? You know what I mean? Like, can anyone come in through? Like, who am I summoning? Anyway, so that's what we're doing. We're summoning just random things because they said that you're supposed to say this, you're supposed to say that. So we just did it. We just said words, and we believed that, hey, you know what? We're going to contact the dead, and it's going to be so fun, and we're going to have friends that are ghosts and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But we're 9, you know what I mean? Like, we're just excited because this is something new and fun and all that stuff. So we sit around, we summon it, whatever, and then it starts moving. We're at this point, we're all like, oh, are you moving it? Are you moving it? You know, we don't know. And then we say, this is the part that gives me the goosebumps. We say, please give us a sign that you're here, which a lot of people do whenever you're playing the Ouija board. You want to know that the spirit is there. You want to know some sort of proof, like, okay, you know what? Now we know that you're here. You just move that lamp, whatever. So we're like, give us a sign. And the Ouija board says, it goes to okay or yes or something. We're like, okay. And then nothing happens. We're just sitting there. Nothing's going on. And we're like, okay, can you please give us a sign? Okay. Again, nothing happens. And we're like, when are you going to give us a sign? You keep saying that you're going to give us a sign. When are you going to give us a sign? And then it just goes to the number 3. It just says 3. And we're like, okay. And then we looked at the clock. We looked at our watch. We're like, it's 4:30. It's 4:30 p.m. So we're like, okay. And again, we're just waiting. Nothing's happening. It's at 3. And we're like, this is weird. Anyways, we're 9 years old, so we have like the attention span of a pigeon.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we move on. And that night, I went to bed, and at that point,
aren't you supposed to say bye to the Ouija board?
Yes, we always say bye to the Ouija board.
So you just kind of...
I remember, I think that we said bye. I honestly remember that we said bye because that was the first rule. I'm glad that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
That was the first rule that my sister's friend told my sister to tell me. Make sure you say goodbye. And I'm telling you right now, you guys, this is a very important rule with the Ouija board. You have to say goodbye. I'm getting goosebumps all over right now. I'm telling you, if you do not say goodbye, that spirit is not leaving. I'm telling you right now. So if you ever get possessed to play this game, don't. But if you ever get possessed to play this game, for whatever reason, you make sure you say goodbye. That's all I'm going to say.
So did you end up saying bye?
I think I said bye. Okay. I really think I said bye. Okay. Like from what I remember, again, I was 9, but I'm pretty sure I said bye. Anyways, my sister and me shared a bedroom, and we had bunk beds. Right? Mm-hmm. So I slept on top and she slept on the bottom. My sister was a very skeptical person. She still is. She still has a very logical mind. Like, okay, give me proof. Show me this. Show me that kind of thing. And like, that's just who she is. She was like that since we were kids. She does believe in this stuff, but you have to basically have, like, in your face evidence for my sister to be like, okay, you know what? Like, as in, when I say evidence, I mean have experiences that have happened to her for her to believe it herself. She'll never sit there and be like, oh, yeah, you telling me a story, I'm going to believe you. It has to happen to her. Okay, she has that kind of mindset. We were sleeping. I wake up in the middle of the night. And I remember we had a clock in our room. I wake up in the middle of the night, and all I hear is on my wall. And I'm like, what the heck?
Did your sister hear it?
So just listen. So I hear the like, and when I say knock, I don't mean like a simple like knock. No. This was like bang, bang, bang on my wall. I'm like, okay. And then me being the jackass that I was all like, oh my god, that was the ghost, that was my sign. I was excited. I wasn't scared. I was like, oh, this ghost is my friend. And he just gave me a sign. He or she just gave me a sign. So I was all excited. And I go down the bunk beds. And I wake up my sister. She's sound asleep. Passed out. And then she looks at me. She wakes up. And I remember she just went, boom, clocks me in the face. Because I woke her up. Because she was so pissed off. And the reason why I'm telling you that she clocked me in the face. Like, because we were sisters, right? We hit each other all the time. she hit me in the face and she's like, why are you waking me up for this stupidity, blah, 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 blah. That's how I know that my sister wasn't the person that did it. You know how people play pranks on each other and stuff? The reason why I told you about my sister, like, waking up and being angry is I knew right then and there, this is not my sister. My sister wasn't messing with me. She was genuinely passed out. She was genuinely pissed off. And my parents' room wasn't next to mine. My parents' room was across the house. So there was an empty room beside our room. So that knock was not from my sister. It was not from the room next door.
Yeah.
It was genuinely a knock. Now here's the part that is the scariest part. Guess what time it was, you guys?
3 o'clock.
It was 3 a.m. And I get goosebumps for one specific reason. If you guys all know, 3 a.m. is not a very good time. It's not a nice time.
Yeah.
3 a.m. I believe, because I've had very, very sinister experiences, sinister feelings at this time. We've had a lot of movies that are based on true stories that talk about the 3 a.m.
Yeah.
What is it called? Is it called the witching hour or something? I don't know what it's called.
I
don't think it's called the witch. It's called something, but it's a specific time. And I looked at the clock. It was 3 a.m. I didn't know about the 3 a.m. rule. I was all like, oh, I got the sign. It works. The game works. I had no idea that this was not a good thing to happen. So that was my 3 a.m. story. I actually have like a lot of Ouija board stories. So after the whole 3 a.m. situation, I continued playing. This lit a fire up under my ass to be like, oh, look, it works. I'm going to introduce everybody to this. I'm going to introduce all of my friends to this game.
Oh
yeah.
My gosh.
And I introduced everybody. And I would take this board to school, you guys. I would literally take it to school.
Saw it?
Teachers would see us playing all the time. I'm telling you, you guys, they think it's a game. They think we're using our imagination. They like look at it and be like, how cute. They don't think that it's real.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so I remember I wasn't a popular kid at school. I wasn't. It was I had a group of friends, but there was always the popular kids at school. And you know how like there's the popular kids and then there's the not so popular kids that have their own little group of friends. That was me. I had my own little group. A bunch of the grade 6 students in grade 6 when I was at school, a bunch of the grade 6 students saw us playing this game. And these were the popular kids and the not so popular. Everybody, the entire grade 6 class saw us playing this game. We were sitting outside. I remember we were outside. It was recess time. We were sitting outside. I was, like I said, grade 6. I was, 11 years old? I was 11 years old. And there was a girl. She was one of the popular girls. She's all like, oh, this isn't real. I want to ask a question. So, me and my two friends, who I know my two friends, we weren't popular enough to be with this popular girl, know anything about her. She was just like the cool girl, whatever. It was just me and my two friends that were playing this. And she's like, okay, tell me what my father's name is. And none of us knew her father's name.
Yeah.
Because we were all, I'm telling you, none of us talked to this girl, none of us knew her. So we went to the board started moving and it said R-O-B-E-R-T. And then she starts screaming. Because she knows these girls that I'm with, they don't know her.
Yeah.
Nobody, in grade 6, no one knows your parents' names unless you're close with them. I know this. And I know a lot of people are going to be watching this be like, okay, someone knew her dad's name. I honestly don't think so. It's possible, but I honestly don't think so. She screamed. She's like, oh my God, my father's name is Robert, and she's like screaming, and then the entire grade, it was like a movie, the entire grade 6 class started screaming and everybody just dispersed. And then I was just, even the people I was playing with left. So it was just me with my board. I'm like, wow, if I wasn't a loser now, I'm definitely a loser now. Anyways, that's something that's a funny story I wanted to share about the Ouija board. That's not this for sure is 100% like, you know, nobody knew her dad's name, but it was, I honestly believe that was the case. Yeah. And I believe that whenever you have children playing, children believe with all their hearts. And when you have that, that's very powerful.
That is true. Yeah.
It's very powerful. And I know it sounds like I'm being weird about like, oh, imagination. No, children's beliefs can manifest things. And I really, really believe that. So that was one of my little funny story about the Ouija board. So I think that's it for the first episode of the Ouija board. We have more coming up.
Alright guys, so thank you for watching.
Yes, tune in next time. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to our channel.